What is going on, everybody? Today we're going over Norwegian cruise line, ticker symbol NCLH, priced of about 24 bucks, 24.58. Gonna find a couple of things. Number one, what the analysts have to say about Norwegian cruise line. Number two, what the financials, what are the numbers are saying, not what people are saying, what the numbers actually saying, because numbers don't lie. And last but definitely not least, what the insiders of Norwegian cruise lines are doing. Are they buying or selling? We're gonna find all this stuff. So at the end of this video, my hope is that you will have a better picture of Norwegian cruise line. Should you buy, should you hold, or should you sell? And we're starting right now. Let's go over a couple of things in the summary tab in Yahoo Finance. First of all, price 24 bucks. This is the smallest player. See this market cap, less than $7 billion. It's the smallest player between Carnival Cruise, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. This is the smallest one. And while you think small is good for growth, small is also not good, meaning lack of cash flow and lack of option to sustain a lot of hurt, such as corona crisis in the cruise line. So we're gonna go over the financial statements and see what we see. We can start with here 52-week range. We had 7 bucks to 60 bucks. We're now at 24. People can tell you it's cheap. I don't know. I'll go over financials. 1 year target was 22, so that's 10% below where we are now. That's red flag number one. Look at Yahoo Finance estimate return by the Yahoo analyst, negative 30%. That puts the price of around 18. Red flag number two. Before I even touched anything, and earning per share for the last 12 months, we got a negative 13 bucks. So you lost about $13 on average in the year 2020. We're gonna see the estimate, what they predict for 2021. Let's go to the analyst, but so far it doesn't look good, just from a broad perspective. Let's move on. I'm here in the analyst tab. Let's see what the analysts have to say. Earning estimate, average earning per share, how much you're gonna make per share if you buy today at 24 bucks. So in 2020 you were supposed on average to lose $8.52 per share. That's on average. But I don't care about 2020. We're almost done with that. 2021, that's what I care about. You're supposed to lose, okay? You're supposed to lose $5.37. Meaning they're expecting the price to finish around 19 bucks by the end. I see that by the end of next year, the company is expecting to lose more than $5 per share. That puts the price of $18, $19. That's what I see, and that's another red flag for me. Let's move on. I'd like to go over this EPS trend, earning per share trend. How much they forecast the stock. Every 30 days they update it. They think the situation of this company will get better or worse. Let's see. So we're expecting, as I said, a negative $5.37 loss in 2021. But if you go here, 90 days ago, they were expecting to lose $4.33. If you move forward 60 days after that, $4.34, nothing changed. And then it got worse in the last 30 days to negative $5.45 and now negative $5.37. So they projected to the negative another $1 less that they will make per share, or that you will lose per share, from $4.33 90 days ago to $5.37 3 months later, which is let's say a negative 20%, 4.33 to 5. About 20% reverse to the downside. So it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, and I haven't even gone about any financials. So let's quote estimate exactly as Carnival Cruise, negative 40%, 40.62 in the next 5 years. Negative 40% growth, negative $5 per share. It's not negative plus negative. It's not a positive, not in the stock market. It's a negative outlook. It's a negative outlook. And if you invest now, not a financial advice, looks like you're gonna put your money, it's gonna be dead money. It's either gonna stay the same or gonna go down. Can it go up to 50, 60 bucks? Sure, the whole market could be crazy the same as 2020, but it doesn't mean that it's worth 50-60 bucks. It's worth, according to the analyst, 19 bucks. I'm gonna see according to other people and the numbers what it's worth, but as of now at 24, 18, 19 bucks, it's 25-30% from here to the downside. Let's move on. So I'm looking here, analyst price target. 13 people are covering Norwegian with an average price of 22.77, which is about 10% downside from here. And the low price is 11 bucks. Now, if it goes down to 11, I'll be happy to buy maybe. And a high price of 35. So no one is saying it's going back to 50-60 bucks. 35 is kind of optimistic, but the average of 13 analysts that covering Norwegian Cruise Line is 22.77, which is I don't know, 8% downside from here. So at 24 bucks and 50 cents, I'm not a buyer. At 22, I'm not a buyer. At 18, where it should trade it by the end of next year, I will probably add it to my watch list and read financials and see. But I'm not a buyer for cruise lines so far from what I've seen. Carnival Cruise I did the other day. I'll link the video at the end. Doesn't look good. If you see here, upgrades and downgrades. Morgan Stanley was the last one, November 16, underweight. That's not good. Upgrade, that's what I saw with Barclays. Same thing, the September 25th upgrade. So Barclays just upgrade the cruise line industry in general on September 25th. I don't know what Barclays know more than the rest of us, but this was in September. I want to see an update in December, January to see maybe another update and why. I don't know why. Before that we got maintained to underweight, then downgrade, 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 3 downgrades in a row in June and July. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's move on to the financials. I'm here. Income statement. Let's see what we got in the last 12 months. Total revenue. I'm just looking at the trailing 12 months. That's what I care about. I don't care about the last 5 years, at least not in airline and cruise industry. So total revenue went from $6.5 billion in 2019 to $2.7 billion. So they lost $4 billion or 60% of the revenue. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to lose. The others are Carnival, United, Delta. Well, United Airlines. Let's just focus on Carnival. They went from 20 billion to 10 billion. They lost 50%. Still 10 billion loss, but 50%. And here it's 55 to 60% loss. That's more. As I said at the beginning of this video, the smaller you are in this industry, the more likelihood for you to get hurt. The bigger you are, the more likelihood that you can sustain and survive with money from other sources, lines of credit, out of pocket from the owners, and so on. It is, if you are small and you get hit, just like small businesses, but like 10,000 times more scale. If a small business gets hurt during a corona, imagine what a small cruise line also get hit during a corona, but just instead of losing a couple of $100,000 a year or something like that, you're gonna lose a couple of billions. Let's see what else we got. Diluted net income. That's the net income that they're making, and they lost. They went from $900 million plus to $3.1 billion loss. They lost $4 billion, which brings me to the point that I keep saying with the airlines and cruises. If you watch other videos after this, before this, and you think maybe I should invest in cruise lines or airlines because people are telling you it is cheap, I'm telling you, while you think it's cheap because you see a cheap number, it could get cheaper, but other than that, you gotta distinguish yourself. Okay, this is the important part, guys. You gotta distinguish yourself between airlines industry and cruise lines industry. Two different industries, while people like to combine them because they both got hurt a lot. Two different industries. Main difference from just my one perspective is the government bailout, the US government bailout. Airlines will get bailout in the second round of stimulus check. They already got in the first round. And cruise lines will not, because airlines headquarters in the US, cruise lines headquarters in Bermuda or something like that. As far as I know, correct me in the comment if I'm wrong, but that is why I think, number one, that airlines will succeed much faster than cruise lines, and you need to pick the right airlines. And cruise lines, you know, it doesn't look pretty. I don't know if all of them will come out. 2008, Lehman Brothers fell, giant bank. No one says that cruise line will have to stay forever. One of those companies could fall under. I don't know. It's all speculation, not a financial advice. Just what I see from the numbers. If we're not getting back on track, you can't really sustain a couple of $1 billion net loss without something changing, especially if you're a small player. It does, big players can fall too, but if there's no government bailout because you don't pay taxes to the US government, that's my point in here. If you don't pay taxes to the US government, they're not gonna bail you out. And if you're a small player in an already very competitive niche of the cruise lines, you have problems. You have problems in the next couple of years that you need to solve. No one will solve those problems for you. Let's move on, guys. Yeah, that's what I want to say. All that stuff. If I bring you guys any value, it's a good time to ask for your subscription and hit the bell notification. Let's move on. Yeah. In the cash flow statement, I like to go about a couple of things when it's normal, but things are not normal, so I'm just gonna focus on this one. Trailing 12 months issue of debt. Took a giant loan of $6.7 billion. Yes, Carnival took 14 billion, but Carnival is a bigger player. They took $6.7 billion. They pay a loan back of 1.8, so let's say they have around $5 billion to live, and they did a small buyback of like 15 million bucks compared to almost 400 million, compared to 700 million, and finished with the free cash flow of $3.4 billion negative. And if you look before that, 2017 was not a great year, 200 million. 2018 they finished with half a billion, 500 million free cash flow positive. But then 2019 they got worse since 2017 to 185. So 2017 they made $213 million positive cash flow. Fast forward 2 years later, they finished the year with 185, the end of 2019, before Corona. And now 12 months later, we're down $3.5 billion to the negative. How long can this stay sustainable? I don't know. I think that one of the cruise lines, I don't know about airlines because airlines will get the bailout. I think that one of the cruise lines will probably get a hit. Maybe will go, I don't know if it go under, but maybe, I don't know, got purchased by some other private company. I don't see them sustainable. $25 per share, $7 billion market cap with losing $3.5 billion. This loan, the $6.7 billion loan, will have to come out somewhere, somehow. Will have to get paid, and if it doesn't, you know, it's not the same as a small business that doesn't pay their bills or loan. It's the same thing, just in a massive bigger scale. Let's move on to what the insiders of Norwegian cruise lines are doing and see what we see. So I'm in this website, guys, Norwegian Cruise Line holding SEC Form 4 inside trading, openinsider.com. For any one of you that want to check their own stock, what are they doing, the owners. But basically we're gonna go over this, and before we do, it's a good time to introduce myself. My name is Ziv, also known as Finance After 40. While I am new to YouTube, you can find me on TikTok, where I have over 18,000 plus community members following me under the same name, Finance After 40. And on my Patreon that you can find in the link below, we have 150 members as well, where we sell options for income using Market Chameleon software that you can get 7 days free trial. I call Market Chameleon the holy grail of option trader. If you do trade option, definitely check them out. All in the link below. And if I bring you guys any sort of value, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and leave a comment below which stock would you like me to do next, basically, and I will add it to my to-do list. And without any further ado, let's keep going with Norwegian Cruise Line. Another good sign. All I see here is S. Sell, 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 option exercise. Sell, 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 option exercise, option exercise, sell, 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 option exercise, sell and sell in the last 2 years. There's not even one buy of Norwegian Cruise Lines. Gotta tell you something. But let's focus on the year 2020. We got in 2020 February, before the crash, Del Rio Frank. I'm gonna touch about this guy, president and CEO, in a second. I'm not really touching that now because it's February, but after that, the last update from like a week ago, so December 15. So nothing happened during the crash since March. Nothing really happened. The last sale was for the president in February. I apologize. In February he sold, but the last activity was about 10 days ago. You know, on December 15, Robert Binder, Vice Chair, President, CEO, sale at the price of $24.76. He sold $2.2 million, 2.265. You know, sold about 92,000 shares, down 29% of his ownership. So the last activity is not a buy. No one bought in December. No one has bought in ever, not ever, but in the last 2 years, no one bought Norwegian. But if you look here, this guy, the as they say, the captain of the ship. Look at this, Mr. Del Rio Frank Jr., President and CEO of Norwegian. Starting January 2019, this is just the last 2 years, okay? He sold. All this is sell. All this is sell. There's not even one buy. 300,000, 100,000, 500,000, 180, 180, 170, 165, 1.2 million, 200,000, 77,000, 120, 200, 220, 230, 200,000. Sell and sell and sell. If the president of Norwegian selling the stock, especially now, I don't care about 2019, I'll give you that. If you don't believe in and all those sales are between the price of 50 to 58 in 2019, so he thought it's the bottom, okay? Or the top, he thought it's the top. So in conclusion, we got a stock at the price of 24. We got a negative earning per share of about $5 and something to end next year, which is $5 below where we are, which is 17.18. Okay, we got 40% negative growth in the next 4 or 5 years. We got a giant loan that needs to be serviced. We got about $3 billion negative cash flow, and we got a president that only sells the stock and no one else is buying, not the president or anyone else from the insiders that are buying the stock. And we got in the last 2 weeks another sale of the insiders. And what does it all tell you? I don't know. To me, it tells me that I'm not a buyer at 24, and I need to see further numbers, maybe next year, how things plays out. As of today, not a financial advice. I'm not touching Norwegian Cruise Line. I hope this helps. If I bring you guys any value, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification. Only if I bring you value. If I don't bring you value, don't do anything. But if I do bring you value, subscribe to my channel, leave a like, comment below which stock would you like me to do next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. Yeah.